Hey, welcome to SRB TV. Got my bearings sorted out now. Um, Wanted to get a little preview before the big game at Old Trafford tomorrow night, Monday night. Arsenal travel to Manchester to take on the Red Devils, who are not in great shape at the moment, but we are obviously on tenuous ground as well. Um, the last preview we had was the review of the Frankfurt Europa League match. And I believe in that video I did say that the next match was against Crystal Palace, which was actually against Aston Villa. But I did say it didn't matter who it was against, it was going to be hard. And we saw what we went through there. Unjustly went down the man after conceding, which, briefly to talk about that game. They blamed Guendouzi for not tracking his runner. But if Kolasinac had pinched inside, his runner would have run right into him. But he didn't pinch in and cover his center back. So two players were at fault for that goal by McGinn. And it was a 3-2 barn burner at the Emirates against the Aston Villa last week. And then we had the midweek Carabao Cup tie where all the injured guys came back. Holding and Tierney and Bellerin came back, and we thumped them 5-0. It was a great performance. So now there's a lot of talk of who's going to be in the squad for the showdown at Old Trafford tomorrow night. United, meanwhile, they were on the weekend 2 weekends ago. They were battered by West Ham, and then they went to the League Cup, and they had to scrape on penalties against Rochdale, which was not a good performance for United. But to stick with Arsenal, I think that this is a moment where we've got to take 3 points at Old Trafford. We've got to go there with confidence, and we've got to give them the business. We have to go there and get a positive performance out of it and get all 3 points, not even a draw. We have to beat them because we need to kick on from the performance in midweek and the stirring comeback against Aston Villa. Even though there were some pros and cons to that, but the fight back was impressive. The belief in coming back twice and being a man down, scoring 3 goals with 10 men, is obviously impressive. But going to Old Trafford tomorrow night, we have to make sure that we put in a shift. The questions are asked: who's going to be in the squad? I'll give you my squad momentarily, and what I think Emery will do. Obviously, we'll talk about the whole captaincy situation as well at the Arsenal. But before we do that, I'm really, G'd up for this game tomorrow night because United are a wounded animal. And you know what they say, it's very dangerous to attack a wounded animal. Wounded or not, we've got to finish them off. If we can get a good performance tomorrow night, beat them soundly, they'll be in a tailspin. They're going to be in trouble. There'll be unrest at the camp. And that's what we want. We want United to be in trouble because they're a direct rival to us and trying to get in the top 4 and ultimately to get to the top of the Premier League again. So absolutely, we want to be the ones to give them the hammer blow that knocks them completely off kilter and finish them off. West Ham have knocked them off balance for us, and it's now time that we really, really give them the hammer blow and knock them out. So that's what I'm looking forward to doing, to seeing happen tomorrow at Old Trafford. To talk about the lineup that I think that we should go with. Holding was impressive on Tuesday night, and Tierney was good as well. Bellerin came on and had a nice little cameo. But what I would do, I would be. It's tough to despite United missing so many players through injury, we cannot change our whole back line because a lot of people are talking about that they say that we should go with basically a whole new back 4, and that's ridiculous. I don't think we can do that. You've got to ease those guys in, and this is not the game to do that, regardless of the situation that's taking place at Carrington over there. I think that we'll obviously go with Bird Leno in goal. And then the right back, we're gonna go with Chambers because Chambers has played put in two quality shifts for us. And there's a question of Maitland-Niles' fitness because he got stomped on in that Aston Villa game where he was showing a second yellow and was sent off, which I thought was an absolute joke because he won the ball, and people were saying that he was reckless and this and that. He wasn't reckless. He won the ball completely, and the other guy was late, and the guy actually stepped on him. So there was no chance of it being a yellow card. Or some people said it was rash and should have been a straight red. Those guys never played football. If they say that, that's a joke. Um, so so I'll go with Chambers at right back due to his form, and then at central defense, the change that I would make is I would bring in Rob Holding. I would play Socrates and Rob Holding together. That's a change I would make. David Luiz out. Don't need him playing. Rob Holding next to Socrates. I would go with that, and in time that can be changed as well. But for tomorrow night, that's what I would want. And then left back, I'm gonna go with Kola. Kolasinac will stay at left back for me. Now, going into midfield, I would like to see, and I know this is not going to happen. This is my team first before I give you what I think Unai Emery is going to give us. I'm going to go with Torreira as the 6. Guendouzi, who was instrumental in our fight back against Aston Villa, he will play the 8. The 10 will be Ceballos. And then on the left, I'm going to go with Saka. Up front, down the middle, you go with Aubameyang, Mr. Goals. And then on the right, unfortunately, you're going to have to go with Pepe. I would even play Reece Nelson before Pepe, but, you know what? Bump it. I would drop Pepe, and I would play Reece Nelson instead. I would do that because I feel like, but the thing is that you cannot do that because he's 72 million and he's gonna try to find his bearings. I don't think he'll give us anything, but I'm gonna stick with my guns. I'm gonna drop him and play Reece Nelson. So again, the front three would be Reece Nelson, Aubameyang down the middle, and Saka on the left. That's how I would go for it. But this is what Unai Emery is going to do. And in that lineup, of my lineup, the captain would be Bird Leno. Bird Leno is going to be the captain of Arsenal if I was in charge. Reason why is because, for me, he's the first name on the team sheet. He's our undisputed number 1 goalkeeper. Even though Emiliano Martinez has been doing fantastic, I am going with Bird Leno as the undisputed number 1 at Arsenal. He has made countless incredible saves since his arrival, and through his performances, he is our leader in the back, and and he's always going to be in the team. When we have a big game, he's the first name on. Yes, some might say Aubameyang, but what if Aubameyang is injured? Things like that, so on and so on. And look at Lacazette. Lacazette is somebody who would think would always be one of the first names on the team sheet, but he's injured now. So he's not playing tomorrow. So Bird Leno, the captain, in my first 11 that I've given for Old Trafford. I am not happy that Granit Xhaka has been named the captain of Arsenal for the season. I'm not happy about it, but I'm going to. He's our captain, and I'm riding with Unai, and I'm going to support him. I know what Xhaka is going to give us, and the good thing is that Unai shouldn't be scared to pull him off because he pulled him off against Aston Villa, and we went from strength to strength, and we came back to win the game. So despite him being the captain, he can be pulled off if he's not doing the job. So hopefully he does the job, which I don't think he will be able to. But you go now and you look at the team that I think Unai will put out is obviously going to be Bird Leno in goal. Then he will go with Chambers at right back. But then he will remain with Socrates and David Luiz in the middle. He will remain there. And I think he will also go with Kola at the left back because the game is too big to bring these lads right into. So I think he will go with the back four that we've had, with the exception of Maitland-Niles being questionable for his selection, what we've had in recent weeks. And then in midfield, what I think he will do is, I think he will go with Granit Xhaka as the 6, and then he will go with Guendouzi as the 8, and then he will go with, at the 10, he will go with Ceballos, right? He will go with that. And then he will go with Aubameyang up front, Saka on the left, and Pepe on the right. That's what I think Unai will go with. And with that, I still think we should be able to beat United because United have no midfield. They said that Pogba's a doubt. I really wish that he would be available because when we beat them, I want him to be on the field when we beat them. But they say he's a doubt. They say Rashford is out. They say that Martial is out. Martial for sure. And they say Rashford is for sure out as well. So they're going to be left with Mason Greenwood, Jesse Lingard. Jesse Lingard has been dead since the last FA Cup game that he played at the Emirates. That was the last time Jesse Lingard had a good game. And good thing is that he's not playing at the Emirates, but he is playing against Arsenal, and he tends to like to play well against us. So we've got to make sure that he doesn't, get off his schneid against us come tomorrow night. I'm not afraid of United. I think the United are, the defense has been strengthened a little bit. But Ashley Young at left back, we can go at him, and then Lindelof is suspect at times. But with the arrival of Maguire and Aaron Wan-Bissaka, we still can get at them as well. Their midfield, don't know who they're going to play, but whoever they put in there, it's not frightening at all. It really is not frightening. They're a team in shambles. They're in disarray. Yes, I'm saying this, and I'm not trying to it's not about being Banta FC or anything like that. Just looking at where United is right now, they are on the rocks. It's like the Lion King, and Mufasa's hanging on. United's hanging on. We need to be Scar, and we need to dig our claws right into their paw and throw them right off. We need to finish them off tomorrow night. That's what I'm looking for. I don't think they have enough. They've struggled to score goals. They drew 1-1 with Rochdale and had to beat them on penalties. They didn't score any at West Ham. I think they beat Leicester 1-0, and then they drew 1-1 with Southampton. So they're not scoring a lot of goals. Yes, they beat Chelsea 4-0 on opening day, but anybody who pays attention to football knows that 4-0 victory was not a real 4-0 victory for United. We don't need to go back into how many chances Chelsea were unlucky not to get that could have changed the whole complexion of that game. So I tell you, they're there for the taking. We've got to take it. And this is the same thing that happened the last time a few years ago when Wenger was still in charge, and I believe we were wearing these kits right here away from home at Old Trafford on a Sunday, and that was Rashford's coming out party, and they were depleted. Rashford was in the team. I think Delo was in the team. They were missing some players, and they really gave it to us, and they beat us 3-2 that day. And that was an opportunity for us to really jump into the driver's seat to get back in the Champions League, in the Champions League spots, and we didn't do it. So this United team is weaker than that one, and we've got to do it. We've got to do it tomorrow night, fellas. We've really got to do it. Because for as banged up as United are, and for how much trouble they're in, we are 2 wins on the bounce. Things are looking good, but really, again, we're on tenuous ground as well because we did have that meltdown at Vicarage Road, and I tell you, if we don't get the results tomorrow, pressure will be heaped upon Unai Emery again. And we cannot have it. I'm pro Unai. I'm Unai in. I don't want to have to see our manager have to deal with that mess. We need to knock United out tomorrow. Knock them out. Throw them right off the cliff, and let's go on and be kings of the Pride Land. But you know what I'm saying. We need to get the result tomorrow. They're reeling. They're reeling. If a kid who is still getting his what do they call it in England, the GSEs, the man is still in school, man. The man is still in school, and he's 16 and he scored an equalizer at Old Trafford. We better go get him tomorrow. And I know they're a wounded animal, but listen, United is always under Solskjaer, they've been about the counterattack. So as we go for them tomorrow, we have to understand that that's all they've got. Whether they have their full lineup or not, they're going to set up to counter. We've got to be aware of that, and I hope David Luiz and Socrates are aware of that, and I hope they've talked about it and are prepared. Because we cannot, this game is massive tomorrow. It's massive for both sides. Despite one side looking really crap right now, it's anyone's game. We've got to be ready to take full advantage and win this game. We have to win. I'm tired of listening to these guys talking about we're crap, but it's Arsenal. They can't beat us at Old Trafford. Yo, we need to end that tomorrow night. I can't wait. I cannot wait. My score prediction, I would love it if we beat them 3-0. If we beat them 3-0, that's exactly what we need to send them off the edge. Their fans are going to be raging. They're going to be pissed. 3-0 to the Arsenal tomorrow. Come on, you boys. Goal scorers, Aubameyang gets 1. Aubameyang is going to get 2. And Dennis Ceballos is going to open his accounts, and he will get the 3rd. We're going to beat them 3-0 tomorrow. Come on, you Arsenal. You subscribe at the bottom. Let me know what you in the comments what you think the game's going to be like tomorrow. Give me your predictions. If you want to give me lineups, let me know what you think of my lineup, what you think Unai's going to do. But let's talk about it before the big game tomorrow. I don't even want to go to work tomorrow. I just want to be at home and just prepare for the game. But we got to go to work. Got to get that money, you know. So, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. 3-0 to the Arsenal. Come on, you boys. We beat them. We jump back into the top 4, and we send them into the bottom half of the table. That's what we want. We want to send them down to scare the living life out of that club over there in Manchester. Scare them and let them know that their glory days are long gone. Their glory days are so far gone that Arsenal are coming up there. Whoever won since 2004, 2000 and 2006, gone up there and punched them in the mouth. That's what we need to do. Let's go, boys. Come on, you Arsenal. Subscribe at the bottom. SRB TV. Ciao.